Hello everybody and welcome back to Promethean Entertainment. Before we start today's video, I just want to say thank you for all of the support so far. Thank you for everyone who has liked and subscribed and interacted with our videos. If you're enjoying the content, please make sure you are subscribed
down below.
And with that, let's get to it, guys.
We love you.
Again, this is one of those movies that I went into expecting complete garbage.
Bottom of the bar, yeah.
It raised the bar for me a lot higher than I thought it would be.
Right.
This is not a fantastic, amazing movie.
No.
It is another superhero movie.
Right above your average superhero film. Slightly above it.
Ever so slightly.
Ever so slightly. I think that the dialogue is what saved this movie, in my opinion. Everything else was... But the dialogue to me was fun and interesting, and I'm gonna stick with it. Natural enough, in my opinion, to keep me invested through all the heavy, boring, goofy scenes.
I now feel so out of reach.
You always land on your feet, bro. You're Jaime.
They don't get out much.
And
You feel the exact difference?
well, not exact opposite. It was just, it hit me when you said you thought the dialogue felt natural.
Right.
Because to me, like, this dialogue is insanely corny and insanely cheesy. Albeit, I thought this was very funny, and I thought a lot of their jokes really did land, and I thought it really fit the entire theme of the movie.
I like Batman stuff. Batman's a fascist.
Right.
And it did help save the movie. Like, it made it entirely more entertaining, and it made me forgive a lot of its sins. The only thing I'll say where you say, like, naturally, the family.
That's
like
what,
his family, some of their interactions, some of their little like going, even when it was like a statement that was said out of place that didn't feel natural, the way they played off of each other after that statement, like joking around or harping on each other, like that did feel very real and very natural.
So
I will
much,
say that.
Service jobs, and all you brought back was a hamburger.
Okay, I don't think it's a burger.
You haven't looked.
So much family talk going on in this movie. I thought Vin Diesel was gonna come out with like a barbecue grill and a Corona.
Dude, I thought the same thing.
Dude, I was waiting for him, but they really sold the family thing.
They
helped
did.
him.
No, and it really did. And I mean,
Nana carried.
yeah,
give it to
Nana on the family. Nana carried that.
Nana carried that.
She was the family. She is the Vin Diesel.
She is Vin
of the
Diesel
family.
and the white beater.
Dude, they started talking about, gotta tell you about Granny's revolutionary background. She's like, death to the Imperials!
With a minigun.
I'm like, what?
Nana was hard.
But that was cool.
You knew about Blue Beetle.
I love Blue Beetle in the comics. I read, I love Blue Beetle in the comics. And I think they did him fairly just. I just wanted it to be more serious for Blue Beetle because he's an underrated character, and the people that know him are like, yeah, like this dude is the shit.
Yeah, he seemed very powerful.
Moving from that.
Moving from it.
Dialogue, all right, not that bad. Pretty funny. A lot of this jokes hits. The plot, dude, the bad guy of this fucking movie was so rough.
Both of them.
So rough. Like when I say cliche and corny, talking about the dialogue, this is like a whole nother
level. We're talking
level.
like Atomic Heart.
Who is it? Is it Susan Sarandon?
Susan Sarandon was the female.
Dude, I've seen her do good acting.
This was
I don't know what she was doing in this movie.
This is like she showed up, read the lines, and then left.
Dude, what are you doing?
Oh God.
Kill them. You should find another job. Like there was maybe 4 lines that she had where I was like, yeah, like that's good acting. Like that's all right.
I'm gonna take care of this.
Like it was so bad. Like her character alone brought this movie down so bad, and just such a shallow, like unoriginal, unfreaking thought, like unthought out bad guy.
Every thought she was gonna do as soon as you laid eyes on her.
Yeah, absolutely. And even like, you know, the counterpart to her, not the antagonist, but the like kind of the co-lead, the female star, Jenny. Yeah, I don't know her name. Put it on the screen. But she did good. But her character, again, like it's just so cliche, like just so unoriginal. Right. And it's okay to be unoriginal, but you gotta at least do it good. And it just did not hit. Because I love George Lopez's character, and his character is super freaking unoriginal.
Yeah,
right?
His character is
crazy, like mega paranoid about the government and a super tech guy. And like that's not original at all. But I loved his character infinitely more than either two of those.
His
right?
comedic timing and his just overall experience took the bag on that one. You know what I mean? Which is a shame because Susan Sarandon's been around.
Yeah, I know
she
she's
did
gonna
not
be a
care.
good actor.
She did not
Yeah,
care.
right. It almost
Like, you
seems
can
like
tell she just
was
did this for a freaking paycheck.
Exactly.
Or she did care, and then she was like, "Well, this is just the writing's fault. This ain't on me.
Yeah,
like this is DC, so they might fail anyway.
Well,
I'm getting my check."
Yeah, exactly. She probably
Like-
thought that. She was just like, eh.
Literally,
Yeah.
because so many DC movies just freaking wreck.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's like, and then you go into that, and it's like, all right, so that took away from it, and the other stuff tried to make up from it, and then you get into like the actual CGI, and some of it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Like that first scene where he gets the beetle on him,
Yeah,
that was
far.
awesome, and I thought it was
that
actually
was
pretty
such a
clean.
painful.
Oh my god, it looked
Yeah,
horrifying.
it looked. He was like tarring.
Like the reactions to it was fairly decent.
Yeah.
It wasn't a award like Emmy winning freaking
No.
performance there, but it was at least very funny and felt real enough. The counterpart to him, the other big bad suit,
dude.
oh, it's so bad.
What a fucking
So
wet
bad.
blanket, man.
Especially when like they were standing right beside each other. It was Blue Beetle and then the big bad guy with his big red suit. And dude,
Omac. What a
well, that was the name of the
goofy-ass
actual like thing they were trying to create. Because they're trying to basically replicate the Blue Beetle, but of course it didn't choose any of these assholes. So they're
Right.
trying to just steal its code. And now that it was
Solo.
activated, they're trying to steal its code.
Uh-huh.
Whatever. But when they're standing by each other, that was when I really noticed it. I was like, wow. I was like,
Yeah.
that CGI for that suit or VFX, whatever they use, is not good.
Not good.
Not good at
They
all.
gave it all to Blue Beetle, man.
Like, I don't know. That one just threw me off hard. Because I'm like, even in that scene, like, I was kind of in it. I was like, man, like, this was cool. Like, this was awesome. Like, all the little throwbacks to, like, the OG stuff. Like, the little references. So many little references. And it was a cool fight scene. Big, like, awesome climax right there. And then you see them two, and I was just like, wow, you just took me right out of it.
The big problem I had with these fight scenes was the lighting. Almost every cool moment that Blue Beetle got, other than when he was initially getting used to his, well, the first time he got his suit, right?
Yeah.
Every single fight scene after that was in a stupid, dimly lit corridor
All right,
or
let's finish.
outside in the middle of the night. And like, yeah, he glows, but like, it doesn't, you lose a lot of the motion and of the fight, and it
All right, so question. Let me ask you this.
aggravates me.
Did you watch Wonder Woman 1884 or 1984?
I did not.
1984.
I did not.
Okay.
My dad told me to
So
watch that one.
that is one of the most notoriously like recent worst CGI moments in history.
Right.
And
I'm gonna have to see that.
let me do this. Let me tell you what they did. Like, so Cheetah, that was the worst way they could have done Cheetah. Cheetah's amazing. And literally the worst they didn't even show the transformation. Like, worst fucking way they could do her. But then when they did this fight scene, not only do they rip Wonder Woman's wings off like within the first fucking 30 seconds because they can't afford to animate them, but everything looks like it's blue. It doesn't look like it's dark outside. It doesn't look like nighttime. Everything is blue and dark and foggy, and it's because they blew all of their budget so freaking quickly, and they had such a little budget. They had to hide how bad Cheetah was, and even with all those tricks, they could not hide it. And that is exactly why I think all of the fight scenes were like what you just said right there.
Yeah, like
Hiding that low budget animation.
exactly.
Because we saw it when it was put on the backdrop with the fire in the background. You see how bad that
Exactly.
other dude's suit looks.
Yeah, it was terrible.
They blew all their budget
Their lighting
almost instantly
off.
with that first transformation scene
Yeah.
and that big calibrating system scene that you see in the trailer.
Right.
And then they ran out of money. And DC
You
is
forget there's
not
a
trying to
whole
pump more
film
into it
behind
because
that, yeah.
half of their movies fell.
Exactly. You don't even have to rely on these insane visual effect like shots. That
No,
they
more
have in
people
their
and more
mind,
people
man.
are also going into practical effects, which is very, very
Freaking-
incredible.
freaking Last Voyage, man.
Yeah, dude.
Freaking Last Voyage, man.
So much of that was practical effects.
God.
And people actually, like, critics actually talk shit about the effects in Last Voyage. But, like, I really didn't mind it. I thought that was a smart way of saving your animation by
Exactly.
slowly showing him more and more, because everything I saw, I thought was pretty good.
Oh, solid, man.
Except there was one scene in them where I was like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
Not that bad, but not great. But other than that, I was like, that was infinitely better than what I saw tonight. And those budgets, budget gaps in
Vastly
those
different.
movies is
Vastly different.
phenomenally different.
DC has,
Like, damn near infinite money, bro.
and it's a shame because like they dogged on my boy Blue Beetle for that because like
They didn't do him the justice I wanted to, but you know, all the shit talking we've said,
right
I still had a great time.
I did.
I still enjoyed the movie.
facts.
This is gonna be my first 5 out of 10 for me. It is an average superhero movie, and the only reason I'm giving it a 5 and not less than that is because of how actually funny it was. Like the jokes landed for me. And like some of the little scenes like actually did feel good and organic. And Nana with the machine
that
gun.
definitely made it. Nana was awesome.
But so for me, this is my first 5. And like I said, the only reason I'm giving that average rating is because some of it was much better than the others.
Right.
Like if it didn't have those jokes landing like that and like the actual family little plot there,
Actual
it'd be a 3-4 for
moments,
me.
Like I was dying. Yeah, dude, 5.5, dude, 5.5.
Okay.
No joke. It's raised to 5.5 because of the dialogue, in my opinion. And I was thinking about giving it a 6, but no, 5.5.
Did you say cameraman Chris?
I'm at a 5 too. I mean, it just hit
Yeah,
a
and this is
5
also
for
the
me.
first movie we've been this on the same page with.
Yeah.
It just hit a 5. Like you said, there was some things there that made it get to that point. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been there.
Yeah,
Right.
No, if it wasn't for those
George Lopez's
good
jokes
parts
were
of
really
it.
funny,
I know, and
The
I was
beginning of
actually
the
I was
movie-
very nervous when I saw George
Oh,
Lopez
yeah.
in there.
but he did good with it. He
He
really
did great.
He was surprisingly one of the redeeming qualities
Yeah,
of the
he
movie.
was.
Yeah.
But it was so slow in the beginning. I was
It
actually
was.
really bored in the beginning, and then it got good.
To be fair, though, that is how a lot of the first superhero movies are.
They do,
Because
but
they tend to spend too much time on the backstory,
Yeah.
and then it's like, all right, let's cram everything else in at the end.
Right.
You know?
I felt like they crammed too much. Like the
Oh,
last,
they
the last,
definitely
yeah,
did,
that's
the
man.
last fight scene
Yeah.
was short.
Yeah, oh
I mean,
yeah.
it was
Yeah,
short.
and it was, that climax for that was a
That's what
little
I'm saying.
weird.
It was
It
like-
did not feel
They spent
supernatural
all
to
that
me.
time in the beginning, and bam, it just hit you with everything at the end, and you're like, it was just they spent
Yeah.
way too much time, on the slow
Yeah.
beginning.
And we won't get into what happened because we don't want to give spoilers.
No,
but
no.
I do think this is one to go see if you're with your family or if you're just going with some friends to have
It's
a good
family
time.
movie.
Yeah, go watch it in theaters. If
Go
not,
watch it, yeah.
don't go watch this in theaters.
This isn't
Go
some-
save that money for something better.
This ain't no Oppenheimer. This ain't
No, this ain't no Barbie. This
this
ain't no
Barbie. This is
I would have
a
paid twice the money to go see Dracula Last Voyage than I would have to seen this one.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know,
But it was entertaining.
It was entertaining.
was
It was an
entertaining.
entertaining movie. It did what it was supposed to do.
and one of those things I always say, like, this is one of those movies you need to drink to enjoy. This wasn't
This-
one of those.
no.
I enjoyed this wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Like,
Just
this was
middle of the
good.
road, decent
Yeah.
movie.
It's a superhero movie.
Yeah.
First
A
5.
very average superhero movie.
Very
Very,
average.
very average.
Yeah.
Very average.
Just.
But all right, and with that, guys, we love you. Remember to like and subscribe.
Please.
Check out all our new content coming soon. We're about to start working on that Baldur's Gate video. We're gonna do a comparison of our 2 campaigns. So that'll probably be
So
a little bit
excited.
of a lengthier video, but we hope you guys are there for it. And let us know what you think. Let us know if you've seen this movie. Let us know what you think.
Right.
And let us know if we talked you into going to see it or not seeing it.